What's the first painted train you did?
Ooh. What was the first time I painted a train? Probably like in 77, 78.
Tell me that story.
This is probably not the very first story, but yo, check it. So back at that time, we were just bombing. We were into bombing insides. Insides of the trains was hot. They were hot. Like, yo, so we would go with a gallon of ink. Me and my boy Pessa. Big up to my boy Pessa.
Big up Pessa. Hold
you
tight.
heard? Another Yonkers cat.
Come on.
And so we're bombing the insides, and we're in the ghost yard this time, right? Bombing inside, bombing. And we're like, yo, whoa. This cat's outside painting. I'm like, oh, shit. So you always like, oh, shit. Like, who we gonna run into today, right? So we're all ducking low. And Pessa looks out. He's like, yo, it's Nathan. I was like, who's Nathan? Yo, it's Deli 167, right? He's like, it's cool. That's my boy. All right, we can go out, right? Yo. So we go out, bro. It's Deli 167, Mitch. I think, it was like, I don't even want to get the name, Lady Pink. It was like 7 of like the hottest painting the trains.
Killa Kela podcast. KillaKelaOfficial.com.
Street Culture TV.
Instagram UK Frontline.
Beatbox created.
Killa Kela.
And we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
Killa Kela podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Killa Kela podcast, live and direct, central London, or as central as you could be, should be, need to be. You don't want to be anywhere else. It wouldn't be good for you. It's bad for your health. And furthermore, with 650 episodes to chew on, this is the home epicenter of street culture in the UK, Europe, and globally and beyond. Okay, people, our sponsors, the mighty GK Nifty Heads, have 10,000 play-to-earn GraphPunks NFTs to give away. Get ready as London's white trash goes blockchain digital with Bitcoin Cash tokens locked into them to claim. Get yourselves over to the website gkniftyheads.com and play to earn now. Which brings me to my next guest. My new friend is sitting to my right, your left, you understand? Gentleman that goes all the way back from the 80s, right the way back there, New York, and then moving across the globe as you would as a tyrant in the graffiti world, then landed in San Diego, part of the FX crew, and many more. Max Moses, a.k.a. Pose 2 in the building. The archetype Don.
Let me give you, I gotta give you the right hand. Boom, there it is.
Oh, the status is real. And we have the latest book as well, right here. Yes. Mad. Max Moses, say word.
Yeah, say word. Absolutely, man.
I mean, it's such a far cry from, your beginnings. And when you look through this book of joy, it's just some of the most current, forward-focused street art on the real. Like, it's top drawer, and it matches the presentation on the Instagram. It must be a bit of a mad journey to have come full circle to this point.
That's the way to describe it, as a journey. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you come from this seed aspect of the culture. You say the 80s, but I actually started painting in 1976.
76. How old were you at that time? How old were you?
76. So
wow.
This is pre-hip hop days.
Yeah, for real.
This is pre-hip hop days. So like, the context of everything that was going on, man, in the streets, in the movies, on television, is Soul Train, and in the streets of Harlem, you still have like the Black Panther Party. You're listening to James Brown on the radio, so
the real warriors.
Yeah, man. All these colors and shapes and forms are the things that kind of influence graffiti in its early stages, for sure.
Yeah. And then there was the Philadelphia movement as well, wasn't there?
Absolutely. You had the Philadelphia movement. Yeah, when cats were coming from Philadelphia to New York to actually ride on trains a little bit, get a little taste of that. There's always like, everybody wants to claim who's the first and this, that, and the third in the culture. The valuable thing is that this thing was all like growing simultaneously to some degree. New York is always going to be the Mecca, and you can't take anything away from that, because it's the one place that just cultivated the art form. That's just what
that wildflower.
That's just what it is, man.
But also the media attention that was gained from it being popularized in New York, because that was really the beacon.
For sure.
And it just so happened it was a part of hip hop for the time it was packaged almost, wasn't it?
You know, I don't know if it was packaged, but I kind of like this kind of organic growth took place. You know what I mean? Because like this things happen, cats are writing on trains and stuff like that. And then the music scene is exploding, right? So like, you know, it's not like it was a package. They just kind of like symbiotically linked up with each other. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, I consider myself a b-boy, even though I didn't dance that much. It's
Yeah.
just the way I stood.
Yeah.
It's the way I dressed. It's the way I acted. You know, so you were a b-boy. Yeah, cause you're part of the culture. The way you dress, that made you a b-boy.
You ain't got to say it to me. I'm Rocksteady Crew.
Ah! Welcome.
And also, I'd like to big up Rome's and obviously the Wild Star Cafe right here where we're transmitting live from. Because obviously, being in the UK, I mean, this isn't your first time.
Yeah, this is my first time. This is crazy. Like I just said, man, there's more paint. I don't care how big of a project you got, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care, like, yo, if you got to paint 2, like, submarines and whatever else, like, they got it.
Yeah, they really do
You
have
know,
it.
like,
I mean, it does
wow.
often play the mind of, like, how many pieces can you actually paint with the amount of paints in here?
And that the fact that it's funny because like we were just down in South End, right, at the graffiti jam, and they had like this whole headquarters. And my boys, King B, shout out to King B, and to Ovi, and to Kron. We were all rocking the wall down there. And we were like, yo, we need a spot like this in New York where cats can just come and chill, you know, and have some refreshments or whatever and just connect. And now we're here. And Rome is getting ready to get the coffee spot going. And like, yo, you need a spot where cats can come and chill.
That's it.
Have some beverages, relax, order your paint. Maybe rock some sketches, talk about what you're gonna do next.
There's an argument that maybe these kind of graffiti art-based HQs that have these extra, music, podcast, coffee, social-related things going on have superseded what the record stores used to be.
Ooh, that's awesome because I just was watching some documentary, I think, on Stax.
Oh,
And,
wow.
And it was talking about how, like, cats would just come in and, like, yo, you could come in, pull a record out, bring it up to the counter, then play the record for you. You know, there was, like, something, like, just, like, I don't know, like, beautiful about that. Like, yo, let me really take some time and see if I like this record. You know what I mean? So come sit down and have some coffee and, like, work on this sketch. Like, let me see if I really like this sketch. I don't know. And, like, you boys could take a look at it. Oh, yeah, I don't like the way that A is bending over there. Oh, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It takes it back to Star Wars, sitting on a table.
Yeah. Like writer's bench and stuff like that.
Doodads,
Yeah. So, like, it's time to, have spaces where we can evolve, and take the culture even further, man.
For sure.
I dig it.
You don't. It never come across to me like you ever stop evolving in whether it be new formats of books, social.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem to be
Yeah.
constantly assessing and reassessing.
Yeah, I think that's like a part of my makeup of who I am. Number one, like I just like. That's why I embrace what's taking place even now in the culture. You see all these cats, like, I like over the last 2 or 3 years, like the way the styles are just evolving is just insane.
What do you think the catalyst for that is? Would you say social media plays a big part in it?
There's quite a few catalysts. There's social media, there's technology, like iPads, right? iPads and Procreate, game changer.
Game changer.
Because, like, I could work out my color schemes. Like people are... I still do a lot of freestyling, and that's fun. I don't think that's ever going to go anywhere, and that's part of a strong element within the culture because it's just natural, organic, bam, right? It's almost like painting the train still, like what comes out. But then there's this preparation element now. Like, I never had that opportunity. Like, I grew up in Yonkers, and in Yonkers we had to walk to the nearest train station, right? So whatever paint we had that day is what we racked on our way to the yard.
That's crazy.
So I didn't have a color scheme.
What's the first painted train you did?
It was the first time I painted a train, probably
Yeah.
like in 77, 78.
Tell me that story.
This is probably not the very first story, but yo, check it. So back at that time, we were just bombing. We were into bombing insides. Insides of the trains was hot. They were hot, like, yo. So we would go with a gallon of ink, Me and my boy Pessa, big up to my boy Pessa.
Big up, Pessa. Hold
You
tight.
heard, another Yonkers cat.
Come on.
And so we're bombing the insides, and we're in the ghost yard this time, right? Bombing inside, bombing. And we're like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. There's cats outside painting. I'm like, oh shit. So you always like, oh shit, like who we gonna run into today, right? So we're all ducking low, And Pessa looks out, he's like, yo, it's Nathan. I was like, who's Nathan? Yo, it's Deli 167, right? He's like, it's cool, that's my boy. All right, we can go out, right? So we go out, bro. It's Deli 167, Mitch. I think, it was like, I don't even want to get the name, Lady Pink. It was like 7 of like the hottest painting the trains. So I get out, we come out, and like, yo, Mitch is doing his painting, right? So I already attempted to paint trains.
This is crazy.
But I was garbage. Like, all my paint would just run down the train, right? So Mitch is doing his filling, and I'm like, yo, like, how do you do this shit, right? And he's like, yo, you just got to paint this shit like this, like, boom. And I was like, okay, this is how you do it. And it's like, boom. So big up. It's so funny because big up to Mitch,
Yeah.
77, because the outline, the
Big up
filling
Mitch,
that I just
77.
did
Wow.
in Leak Tunnel, that's his filling. That's his fucking filling, man. Like,
Inspired by
Mitch 77, bro.
That's crazy.
Straight up. I still like, because he did this piece that was like on this billboard many, many years on the Bronx on the 4 train. It was a 2-piece. He also wrote TUE. And like, that shit ran for years, but that shit was just banging.
Like the lineage. It's what the way you explain the lineage, and then it goes back to people innovating and style defining. They're doing it their way, come out with original things, which is something that was echoed in the conversation before we started recording. Understand it. Being overly influenced does tamper the conceived creative direction that you were given from the very start. Sometimes it can be overwhelming seeing all this social media stuff, and you lose foundation of what you were.
Yeah. Like, how do you maintain a grip on who you are?
Yeah.
Right? That's like, because I come from that generation. It's funny, I was having this conversation earlier of like, and this is not a diss to street art, but, people are creating these images that are like, they're cool, they're beautiful, but at the end of the day, like, who did that?
Yeah.
I don't know who painted anybody. Like,
Yeah.
who did that?
It's so true.
It's like, but like,
Who did that bunny in the wall?
Yeah,
Shit, you
right.
know?
Art, like, it's about style.
Yeah.
We come from a generation of style. Like, yo, bro, you see my style, you like, yo, that's fucking Max Moses, bro. Straight up.
But why? But this is a shining example of where graffiti can go. Why does
Yeah.
there have to be this reclassification like that?
Yeah, that's why I want to be able to kind of merge these two worlds together. Like, so yeah, I can still like make some additions and some adaptations, right? But it still has to have. It's always got to have the energy of graffiti. It's always gonna have the energy of graffiti in it, cause I don't ever want to lose that. No matter what project I'm doing, like, bro, come on, you see what that is. You see who that is. I want my identity to come through that work of art. Like, that's what, to me, an artist is. Musicians, you put on a Stevie Wonder record, it's Stevie Wonder.
Immediately,
You know it, man.
But that's through a lot of things, and I'm with you completely. There's these processes that allow Stevie to sound like Stevie, and a lot of times it's the voice. Although the most important, integral, like, you can never take that away from Stevie, but there's also his piano playing, there's his guitar, and there's the sound.
All of these little elements, all these
the mastering,
elements
the vinyl,
that identify
Yeah.
who he is,
Yeah.
right? And that's what, for me, that's what being an artist is, man. Like, not just like creating these generic images because people like it.
Yeah.
Graffiti wasn't built on what people like.
No.
Are you crazy?
No.
Graffiti is built upon, like, this is my expression, like it or not.
Yeah.
I gotta get this out. This is who I am.
You said it was a living art form before we started, and I think there's more breadth in what you say, because there is that repetition, the danger, the distaste for tagging.
Yeah.
But then there is this opposite end, which is, it's so beautiful, so intricate, so complicated. But like you say, it's like a living Please explain that.
Yo,
because
it's this.
You
it's
said
this
it, and it's so
it's
profound.
fascinating. Like you talk about, it's a living art form, right? And you know, like I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, next year it's gonna be 50 years. Okay,
See,
like 50
I'm
years.
saying,
Okay,
come on, man.
okay.
My
So
brother.
it's interesting because, like, you know, as I was doing this, and then I go to college, right? Because I'm like, all right, so I escaped New York in the early 80s because this is right when crack era came out. Boom.
Damn, you got.
So I went upstate to college, but I was still hardcore graffiti writer. But I'm like, yo, I remember going to this, I'm in the Bronx, and the skating rink opens up. And the dude was like, yo, you want to come inside? I go inside, and the whole skating rink is graffiti. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And I was like, boom, yo, you can make a living doing this.
This could be a thing.
I was like, this
Might
could
be onto
be a
something here.
thing. So I'm like, I went to college and studied business because I was like, yeah, I got to know how to do this thing, right? So as I'm realizing throughout this whole process, I'm like, yo, everything that you went through as being a writer, taking these risks, these are business tools. This is how you become a successful
Yeah.
human being. You
Yeah.
got to be able to take risk.
Yeah, that is business acumen,
Bro.
You have to.
You got to take risk in life. So I'm like, yo,
I tell people that all the time,
Bro.
man. If you ain't taking them same
bro,
risks,
they're the same risk. They just channeled in a different energy,
Yeah,
in a
you're
different way,
absolutely
right?
right.
So like everything that I learned going through these tunnels, like, you know, so now if I'm doing all this illegal activity, I got to have super keen senses, right? Or everything is turned up. I'm watching you from here, I'm watching you from here, I'm watching you from over there. Like everything is turned up, bro. I can't miss it. I can't miss anything. Those are valuable assets, man.
yeah,
Those are life lessons, yes?
sharks
So,
in business.
yeah, man.
It's that stuff.
Yeah, man. So I just transferred all of that valuable stuff from the train yards into my life.
God, I
so,
love that.
you know, Paul Robeson, a famous black actor, artist,
Right.
activist, always said that, like, there's no separation between my life and my art. And I was like, yeah, that's how I want to live my life. There's no separation, bro. I'm the same dude, period.
As you get older, and I can speak to the 47-year-old man I am, but as you get older, I think you're more inclined to want to pull even closer all your relationships with the creative arts, whether it is just you simply embodying it, like the way you walked in, my brother. It was just like, well, hey, superstars in the fucking building, and one of the most humblest guys as well. But the way you walked in, it was like moving art, and I think that's what you're getting at. It's more than just.
I call it the art of living, bro. It's the art of living. Like we're really like, I want to dive in. I like to swim. I want to dive into the depths of it all. Like, this is what we're really practicing here is the art of living.
Or the art of survival.
Yeah. Yeah, survival is the first step.
Yeah.
Right? And then I want to thrive. Because I feel like this, man. If we're these cats, right? Just think about it. We're these cats. We add tremendous amounts of beauty to the planet.
Yeah.
Like survival, nah, we should be thriving. We're supposed to thrive. You receive the benefits of what you give out.
How much is that in your mind? How much of that is synchronicity? Something far more greater.
Absolutely, bro. That's exactly what it is. It's like, like the universe is paying attention. The universe is like, I see you. I see you give a lot. You give a lot. Like you're out there painting for free, giving art like constantly, boom, 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 boom. The universe is like, yo, here, take now. Open up your arms. Let me give you. Like what's being given to me right now, this conversation right here.
Yeah.
You
We
heard?
get into it. We get into this because this
You
is
heard?
really my street. It's a thankless yet thankful task.
Yes.
And it's got to have both sides of it has to be represented. If you get a payoff, that's the bonus of giving and making something, rich in someone else's world.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of like give and take. There's the reciprocity, as they call it. Yeah, it's like you have to be able to recognize it. Sometimes we only want to see it in a monetary, only from making money. But it's not just the money. It's just like it's really about this energy. Like what kind of energy are you giving out to the world? Yeah. So I feel like I give a lot of creative energy out to the world through my painting.
Yeah.
But the art of living is
Yes.
also coming through my being.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like,
the less Fs you give, the more easier it is for your life to keep on reproducing creativity. It's so good. This is handbook business here. You don't find this in many books, but it is handbook business. And a lot of people of your generation and younger, we'll say younger, because obviously the 80s became prevalent for graffiti in New York, where this freeness to one and all was, people were hitting those trains like crazy. But who else would you say within your generation of creatives, graffiti writers, would you say, in addition to yourself, has excelled in their own creativity, but also given so much? Who would you rate? Who's definitely up there in terms of unsung hero?
unsung
Hey,
heroes. Wow. In the realm of graffiti?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
people that really put their stamp on the thing.
wow, there's a lot of people. I think I would have to go back first and probably acknowledge phase 2. Yeah.
Yes, phase 2.
I would have to acknowledge phase 2 because, like, not only was he, for me, like, just an original style master, like, I started writing, and then when I seen a phase 2 piece, I was just like, wait a minute.
But he was club promoter, a magazine, fanzine creator as well, wasn't he?
Exactly.
Doing
Like, he was
flyers,
really,
awesome.
like, he created the first graffiti magazine, like, the very first one.
Yeah.
Like, so he, like, he's not only he's an intellectual, you know what I mean? He was a smart cat. He thought about it, what
And he
was
made the book
doing.
as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, man. So, and he was a style master. He laid the blueprint down for a lot of the culture, So I definitely have to put him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that dude just resonates, like, always has,
And a great spokesperson as well. Good talk. Very like most of you guys of the era.
Yeah.
You want to give and present, depict and recite things, and another good voice.
And then I think in the modern day and age, I always give big respect to Days, bro.
Yeah.
I get big, like, cause Days is like one of these cats who has, like, still does burners, still gets down, but has success in the fine art world. Still rocking his thing, still vibrant, still full of energy. You know what I mean? Like,
big up Daisy's been on the podcast.
yeah, so I give Days a lot of, like, I still look up to him. I'm like, yo, he's still, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, that gives me energy.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I
sure.
mean? Like, yeah, man.
You mentioned Futura actually over there as well.
Yeah.
Tell them about that story, because that was just like a complete vibe. Yeah, tell it.
I think that we
It's
got
good.
into that conversation because a lot of times we talked about how, looking up to heroes and then sometimes being disappointed by the hero when you meet them. You're like, oh, wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But there was this instance, and I was telling this story to Rome earlier, like, I was in LA at the street art exhibition, and my boy Sano was in the car with a bunch of other cats, and they were, like, getting smoked out and chilling, and he's like, yo, Pose, come get in the car. So I was like, I got in the car. Before I got in the car, I was like, damn, that dude looks like Futura. But I'm like, all right, whatever. And we get in the car, and we chatting it up. We smoke, cracking jokes, talking. It must have been in the car for like 45 minutes or an hour. Just vibing out, just like right now, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly the dude just turns around. He's like, yo, I'm Futura. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I thought that was you, right? I was like, I thought that was you, but I was so glad that I didn't meet him, like, as Futura, because I don't think we would have had that, just that mutual, just nothingness conversation of just, like, vibing, like, I don't know you, don't know me, boom, boom, boom. Then it was like, oh, shit, like, I like you even better now. Like, I loved your style. I always loved your work, but
When you're cool as fuck, you're cool as fuck.
yeah, man. Yeah. I was like, fuck. Yeah, that's that real. Yeah.
LA, another amazing place for, the transition of new styles from, the East Coast to West Coast. But they had their own
Yeah.
thing popping off.
They
for a
do. I
while.
think, and I'm like, I look around, like, I see the West Coast has a big influence on the graph scene, man. A big influence.
Sure.
Yeah, like in this day
Cholo
and
look
age.
and all the different kind of elements that come into play,
Yeah. Big influence.
Just those heavy drips and big kind of like you know, no fear. Big up Scof, obviously from Mexico, south of America. San Diego. I mean, again, they got some jams going on down there as well.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go back to one in the 1st November, the King of Styles.
That's it, the King of
The King of
Styles.
Styles. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to going back, man. Me and Hyper just talked about doing a collabo for
Nice. Big up Hyper.
that. Yeah, man.
He's been
so
on the podcast.
Yeah. So it's a good combination, you know, because I'm down with FX and I'm down with CBS. So
Oh, now you come to mention it, because, we
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
this. These
So
are two
it's good.
globally recognised
Yeah,
crews
it's
from
good,
the US
it's
and,
good, it's
and
good.
West Coast at that with CBS. I mean, how do you keep up with that kind of level of global connective dots? Like,
actually,
there's just so many.
I actually don't.
Really? So, oh yeah, you in the crew? Oh right, okay, cool.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm so, you know, because I do so many things, you know what I mean? Like, I teach, you know, I run this spot called Graffiti Gardens in San Diego where we
Dope.
do workshops
Wow.
and all this kind of stuff. So
Fantastic.
this is really just an opportunity for me to come out of my little shell,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And reconnect, which I've been hungry for,
Mm.
like, for a while to be inspired, man.
Yeah.
Like, this inspires me.
Mm.
Like, I gotta come back out and see all the styles and be like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Let me get back to the lab, you know, and like take up, you know, where I want to pick up and go from, and what's my next trajectory.
Yeah, listen, and it doesn't go unnoticed, you know, and Rome's picked it up as well. It's the fact that you don't do a lot of this. Like, you're out and active, but you're like, coming to the UK is a big deal,
Right.
right? Because it's not every day that we get a chance to see you. So, you know, to even be here having this conversation is something
Right.
special.
Right.
But it is inspiring, and I think that's what it's about. It's about,
It's about inspiration.
Yeah.
Like it's food, man.
yeah.
You got to come out. You know, you be somewhere and you're eating the same food and the same food and the same food, and you're like, bro, you know, I'm done with this shit.
I'm in a van
I
of
don't want
Mexican
I don't want
food.
any more
I love
oatmeal.
Mexican-
You know what I mean? Like, yo. So
These Fruity Loops were
yeah,
very nice. but-
yeah. It's like, so you come out and like now it's a whole buffet.
Yeah.
You know, you connecting with all these cats and they like boom, 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 the conversations and just looking at the artwork and all. Like, I know everybody from that South End Jam is gonna like go home and go back to the lab and be like, all right, wait till you see what I come up with
filled
next.
with the ideas, yeah.
And that's the flyest shit ever, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we feed each other, man.
Yeah.
It's a living culture.
Yeah.
It's a living culture, man. It's badass.
And big up Effects, big up CBS. I mean, these are
And
crazy,
you know what? And you know
crazy.
it's crazy because all the time that I've been here, like Hype has been like, "Yo, you got to check out Chip's piece. You got to check out Chip's work. Like, check out Chip." So he shows me his feelings, right? And as soon as I see it, you know what the first thing comes to my mind?
Tell me.
Italy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo!
no joke. It just I was like, "Yo, fucking Italy." Then he's like, "Yeah, he's from Italy," and I'm like, "Yeah,
See, the gods.
I get it."
Yeah,
Bro,
come
I'm
on.
like, yo, because I've been to Italy. I know. I'm like, yo, I see it. Like,
That's the vibe.
I'm like, yo, they paint like Venetian glass. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, boom. I'm like, yep. Because I'm in
yeah, they
Venice and one day and I
do.
picked up some glass and I'm looking at the architecture. I'm like, I got it.
Yeah.
I get it. I
And
know
that's
why these
something.
cats paint the way they
so
do.
well picked up.
Yeah, it's like, you know, some stuff is just embedded in the culture.
Yeah.
Some stuff is embedded. You don't even realize it, but it's like, damn.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when I see, there was times like I was disappointed with Graph because I was like, why are you painting New York style and you live in South Africa? Why are you doing that? Like, okay, take the elements, but it should like,
Yeah.
it should be a reflection of
But you
your
want
experience.
More out of the country.
Yeah. And now it's more prevalent. Now people are like, it's more like identifiable. There's like, yo, that's distinctly his. That's distinctly, you know what I mean?
But that goes back to the point you made about, you know, a living, breathing art form, because it's not like you go to see Picasso and the guy's not with us anymore and you're just seeing something that has maybe had second or third hand storytelling based around it, or you're actually painting like that and you're working with the old craft. It really is like, it's in the moment, living, breathing, influenced by its surroundings art form.
Yeah, man. Constantly growing. And now it's in leaps and bounds like no other tomorrow. So you were asking me earlier about like what are the things that are influencing, and I was like social media, iPad, like things like Procreate, all of those things are like you can work out so many concepts, you know what I mean? Color schemes, everything. So the level of preparation, even if you don't use it at that particular, you can do so much homework. You know,
Yeah.
like we had black
Pre-planning.
books and stuff like that, but now you could speed up the you can do so much more.
Yeah.
I think that has a big impact.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, big
This
impact.
multimedia
Big
world.
impact, man. You can just play and play and play. And then the iPad, those things have little elements in it that you may not been able to do with a pencil. So you're playing with color elements too, adding a lot to the game. Adding a lot to the game.
Which only makes the fruitfulness of the future.
Yeah, it's
Even
crazy.
greater. Yeah.
But it's also dope to just come back out. Like, you know, I painted yesterday and I just did a classic, you know, and that shit still shines like a motherfucker, bro. Yeah,
Bumps.
it's nothing like a classic, straight
Yeah.
up New York style. Boom, it still stands out. Ass Cope,
Yeah.
ass T Kid.
T-Kid,
You
exactly.
know what I'm
I've seen.
saying? Like, bro,
Yeah.
ass Scene,
Yeah.
ass West.
Yes.
Like that style, like, yo, it's identifiable. It can't. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm mentioning them cats, but you know who else I gotta mention?
To it.
My boy Stem from Brooklyn.
STEM.
STEM.
That's right, STEM.
You know, and you know something, I gotta say this too. I don't see enough black writers invited to these events.
Yeah, what is that?
Yo,
What the
there's
fuck
not
is
enough
that?
black writers. I'm like, yo, where's the black writers at?
There's a good number of black writers.
Come on,
in-
man.
There's a lot of black writers.
Come on,
in
man.
London. Well, there not enough
Come
representation.
on, man.
Not enough representations. You hear that? So you know
Come
what to do.
on, man. Some
those
black
asses
writers out to the forefront,
Yeah.
bro. Like, cats got mad skills. Like, what's
Yeah.
up?
It's funny, yeah.
Yo, knock that shit off.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah?
Real talk.
Yeah, man.
Because there's no excuses.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Pioneer says so. Well, yeah, and you're constantly evolving. Is there
Yes.
anything that you, is there any, is there not regrets, but is there anything that you wish you had done back in the day that may have changed your trajectory now? I can't imagine it.
wow. I mean, I left New York City in 1981. If there was anything there was this cat named Say Six. He was down with FC Crew, and he was a young cat that came to my house one day and was like, you know, hungry, like, yo, I want to paint, blah, blah, blah. And I went away to college, and we painted like one wall together. I went away to college. I come back, and I'm on the train one day, and I see this Say piece. I was like, are you kidding me? This is this kid? Like, wow. I was like, man, if I would have stayed in New York, would I have been on that level? Because I kind of got cut off. I didn't have that. I was away from New York City, so I was like 6 hours away. So I had to develop this on my own now. And like, so is it a regret? No, because I got a chance to develop other aspects of my life and my being. But I did miss an essential part of,
Growth.
yeah.
From a New York standpoint.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you became very well travelled.
Yeah, man. And I had developed other aspects of my being, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I had to grow. There were some things that I was deficient, you know, and let me, you know, there was some things I was deficient in. Like, you know, I barely graduated high school because I just hung out and smoked all day, every day. So, you know, it was, check this out. So it was like, graduation back in that time. This is 70s and 80s. I already had a job. I was making $10 an hour at the time back then.
Which is
So
good
my-
money back then.
My mom was like, yo, you going to college? You going to college? I was like, I ain't going to college. Like, I'm making good money. Boom. So I'm working at this factory job, right? And I'm so bored at the job that I'm playing on the assembly line until my hand gets pulled into the machinery, right? I'm like, wait a minute. And like, no, wait. And then I pull my hand out. Rah!
God.
And so all the skin is going on my hand and it blows up like a boxing glove, right? So boom, I go to the hospital, right? So check this out. I'm in the hospital.
I was not expecting this conversation
Yo,
to happen.
check it out.
This is crazy.
Check this out. I'm in the hospital, right? And they're like, yo, they called your mom. Boom, 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 boom. My mom comes. She comes to the hospital. She grabs my hand. She sees I got all five fingers. She walks towards the door. She turns around. She said, so you going to college now? And walks out the fucking hospital. I was like, oh,
Going to College.
Boom.
Going to
So
college, Mum.
my hand heals up. Then my focus just changes.
Wow.
My hand heals up. The first thing I do is a big ass top to bottom pose to. I go to take college preparation courses, and in the next few months, I'm gone.
Wow.
I had to yo, bro. It was like a wake up. You know those
Yeah,
kind
of
of things that
course.
change your life.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, you almost lost your hand. You know how much you love painting.
Especially painting, yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah, of course.
Game changer.
So that's more on reflection. That's a twist of fate that served you right in your life.
Bro. Yeah. And then after that, there was like this dude. I remember I'm out bombing one night. And this kid that I went to high school with, Latimer, comes around the corner and he catches me bombing. I'm like, oh shit. And he says to me, so this is what you're gonna do? And I was like, I was caught in the middle of shame and projection. And he's like, so this is what you're gonna do? And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I had to catch myself. I was like, fuck. Cause this the way he presented it to me, what's this is the decision you're gonna make it right now or what? You gonna live in shame and say, I'm not gonna do it, or you gonna stand up and say, yeah, I'm gonna do this shit and take it all away?
Because most people would do the latter.
Yeah,
they would sit there
man.
thinking to themselves.
Yeah, and I just was like, this is what I'm gonna do.
And at no point did that give you any air of doubt on your way home when you were sitting there?
Nah, bro. I just was like, yo,
I'm doing this,
bro. It was like it was a test, yeah. Because this is something you do at night in the dark, right? Nobody knows you. Nobody you're doing this this is the shadow, right? This is your shadow. So yo, you gonna bring this shit to light or what? Or what?
Oh, it's good. This is a good one. Big up Rosewell Style Cafe crew inside.
Yeah.
Big up Chips. Big everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, more insights could certainly be found in here. Have we got copies to sell here at Wild Style? I'm presuming so.
But I have to send some. I'm gonna have some sent here. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to make.
Yeah, I
thing
got
happen,
people traveling over here in October, and I'm gonna have them bring some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is important stuff. Because not only do you catch some insights, but you're also supporting.
Of course.
The governor,
the governor.
The governor. The governor.
I love it.
Any shout outs you want to give my brother before we punch out here?
I want to shout out to all of New York. I want to shout out to all of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All of my Philly, I don't talk about Philly enough, you know what I'm saying? And as I painted the other day, I wanted to say my style is this combination between New York and Philly. So big ups to my boy Jesk.
Yeah, Jesk, hold tight,
Jesk, and even Dan One and Sue.
Big up NM as well.
And DNA. What? NM.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Those are all cats that I painted with and hung with. I lived in Philly for 10 years, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, big. I gotta show Philly some love, man. Yeah.
That's the one.
Absolutely. And then to California, man. To San Diego. I've been to San Diego nearly 20 years, man.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, big ups to the whole San Diego and the Black Arts and Cultural District. Yes.
We'll talk.
Yes.
And the rest of you lot. Miami. Big shout out to Seattle. And CBS Effects Group.
CBS.
It's been an absolute pleasure, my brother.
Appreciate you, man.
We'll talk. You
Until
too.
the next time,
Absolutely.
all right?
See, we're in a great company here. Yeah, Killa Kela podcast. Our in was out of fashion from Wild Style Cafe. Post to inside the place. Listen, we say it every week. Crime don't pay, but neither do they. So don't talk to her, and I wouldn't. And you try and stay away, all right? Be lucky, people.
Peace.